Before I get into this commentary, I kind of want to point out the cameo appearance by the Asian sensation Taiki. As you can see, I kind of ran into his full party. It was just me and Lat and a bunch of randoms versus like a full party, and it was a pretty try-hard match, and it was a close, good match, and I wound up losing, but I had a lot of fun, and like I said, with the last commentary, it was kind of like casual, calm, try-hard match, and it was kind of joking, but it kind of probed some like thoughts in my head. Nothing too particularly organized, I guess. Some things I want to touch upon and follow up on from the last video. And one thing, like I said, like I never really understood the term tryhard. I mean, I jokingly use it, but like I said, I usually feel like everyone's gonna try, or like the people, I just assume anyone I'm playing against, they're probably gonna try to win or do well or something. And I guess you're not a tryhard if you just troll and have fun or something. I don't really know, but it's just a strange word to me, and I never really fully understood why it was used or warranted. But it's a common word these days, and a lot of people use it. But one thing I want to touch on is like there's certain people like I watch play or watch videos of, and they have a strange mentality. It's like they have a strange misplaced sense of chivalry when it comes to online gaming, and it's pretty funny. Like I find it a little dated, especially because like when you hear them talk about it, it's like you think they expect everyone to like. This is like it's strange. It's like they live in they have a 16th century mentality. Like, oh, we're gonna duel, we're gonna face each other, and we're gonna fire off guns, and it's gonna be very noble and frontal or some crap. And it's like they'll get shot in the back and they'll complain about it. Or they'll get killed by like what's the most like what overpowered or most effective thing currently in the game, and they'll cry about it, and they'll be like, I don't use that stuff. I mean, I don't lower myself to such standards or whatever. And I find it really cute because, like, if anything, you're hurting yourself by not doing that. I mean, they talk about it like they're better players because of it. I'm a better player. I don't use that, but if I did, I'd fucking pwn everyone or something in this lobby. You'd be able to handle it or something. Like it's really funny and cute when you hear people say that, or you'll play against someone, they'll like complain about what you're doing, and I mean, if I run into somebody and they're doing something that's like maybe more effective than I notice, or like they're using something like a better loadout or whatever, I'll switch to it and I'll fight fire with fire. I'll use the best loadout against them or whatever, the best weapon. If it's a fighting game, they're using like a top tier character, I'll switch out to like my main or something, what have you. And some people, like, they have this strange misplaced like white knight mentality. Like, they're the more respectable, honorable players. They don't lower themselves to such standards. It's really funny because, like I said, I find this mentality a bit archaic and strange, especially when it comes to like online competitive games where you just want to have the edge and compete or something. And like, what do these people think? Like, because they're not at the top edge of using certain things, they're the better for it because they don't use such things. Like, I don't really understand that mentality. It's pretty funny, and they'll complain about a lot of things, like they'll get shot in the back and they'll cry about it, but yet you'll see them shoot people in the back. They'll cry about camping, and you'll see them linger in a spot for a bit, and they'll be fine with that. But when they see someone, like, they might not have even been camping, they might have just been there, they'll complain like I was camping the whole other time. Like, it's just really funny shit that I can't really take seriously, but it's pretty common among the gaming community, I guess. And these people tend to like place themselves on a strange pedestal of like they're the more respectable people of the community or something, or because other people are playing a certain way, they're less respectable or reputable or something, and they're pretty quick to knock other people down just because of how they're playing. It's a really interesting mentality, and I'm sure you've seen some videos of people talking about this type of stuff, or you know people who do this, and like I said, I find it a little bit funny. When I go into a match, usually, I usually assume or like to overestimate my opponents. For example, in this match, I kind of assumed I was going to get anally screwed or fucked or whatever because I was outnumbered. These were competent players, but I managed to hold my own fairly well, I guess. The match was close, I guess, so with whatever that counts for. I still lost. But like I said, I overestimated them. I guess I don't want to knock them down as players, but I assumed a little like it would be a bit more of a landslide considering it's just me and Lat. But I think it's an advantage to like overestimate people, whereas if you underestimate people all the time, it's just gonna bite you in the butt eventually. You're just gonna assume they're not gonna do X or Y things. You're not gonna think they're gonna exploit something or use a top tier loadout, and then they are going to, and they're gonna surprise you, and you might lose. And what's your excuse then? It's just. Like I said, I think it's better to overestimate your opponents than to underestimate them. It definitely does you no harm to overestimate your opponents. And like, when it comes to Uncharted like 3, for example, like that game gets a lot of heat for some of the queer shit that goes on there. And one positive thing, which is funny, and I might get some heat for it too, is like I feel like in Uncharted 3, I kind of accepted the way I played or how the game was played at a certain level, and I was okay with like how I played. And trust me, I was no noble fucking player. I exploited everything in the game. I would quick boom. I'd use the foul. I'd fucking jump at you with sawdust. I was stacking bargain. I was pulling some pretty homo shit. And I didn't have any qualms doing it because I kind of just assumed everyone else was going to do it right back to me. And honestly, no, not everyone was. I mean, I just assumed they were just a little stupid or something or slow, and they didn't know about these sort of nicks. But I didn't really. I mean, yeah, I was at an advantage, but like it's like some people make it seem like I was taking advantage of these people. No, I just had more knowledge of the game, and I used it to my advantage. Whereas some people see this as like, oh, you're not honorable, you're a faggot and stuff. And I honestly joked about the way I played with some of the people I played with, who I'd be like, I'm the biggest fucking faggot in Uncharted. Like, if I ran into myself, I'd call myself a faggot for how I played. I mean, I was more than okay with the way I played. And trust me, I was no fucking saint. I was pulling some pretty homo fucking shit in Uncharted 3. I'm not saying I did it all the time, but if I needed to fucking time those power weapons just to full the win, I'd fucking do it. If I needed to fucking be more defensive or camp or whatever to win, I'd fucking do it. If I'm playing a fighting game and someone's being a little queer and spamming projectiles, I'll fucking do it right back. I'll be a little bit smarter too about when I push up to like go for like hits or whatever. It's just funny when people like knock people for doing X or Y things, and not all the time I feel it's warranted. Like the one thing, like I said, that I feel is a little gay might be like, I don't know, maybe noob tubing in like Call of Duty or Battlefield. I run into a dude and the only thing he does is like, what, grenade launcher you or RPG you. Yeah, I've run into those type of people too, and they're fucking gay. Don't worry. That's the one thing I feel like, yeah, that's a little homo. But outside of that, even like maybe shotguns or something, some of these complaints are just a bit childish and funny. And I just kind of brush them off. And when I watch people do these types of things, like mock these people for doing X or Y things, I kind of just laugh, and I can't really take them seriously. And that's about it for this commentary. As the match is wrapping up, and I'm interested to hear your feedback about these types of people and like how people play in games in general. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.